Oh, the microphone is far away. Come here. Get over here, microphone. What do you can't be that far away because it's time. It's Thursday, August 22nd, 2013. And this is day 9 daily number 621, where we're going to learn to be a better gamer of the Terran versus Zergy matchup. Thanks to CM Storm's Polt. Oh, yes. I'm not lying to you. Oh, yes, that is correct. My hair's amazing today. Look at this volcano. Oh, yeah. I mean, seriously, like, they could probably make, like, 3 wigs out of this and deeply please 3 very hairless people. This is something magical and special. I'm getting a haircut on Saturday. I'm going to be playing Hearthstone on Friday. Maybe I should get it. Yeah, let's get that on the event calendar over at day9.tv that I'll be getting the haircut. Maybe we'll do a live stream of the haircut so you can see me over at Salon 11 getting all spiffied up. I am tired. I'm gonna do the daily because it's one of my favorite things, but we're gonna have a very lazy daily today. We're going to be generally on topic. I'm gonna try my best, but you know what? You know what? Come on, my hair is huge today. I gotta roll with it. I gotta roll with what comes out of my mouth and the punches. So, let's talk about the upcoming week. Hearthstone. It's going to be going down all day tomorrow. Next Friday is going to be massive subscriber games because I want to. Tomorrow I'll also be giving away some Hearthstone beta keys during the stream. So I'm not just going to hand them out. You actually have to compete for them by doing silly little contests that will be detailed over on the website. And then Fun Day Monday is, of course, the Mega Mana battles, where you and some teammates must play in a 3v3 and 4v4, where all of you literally make the exact same one unit. Send those to Monday at day9.tv. Let's talk about Terran vs. Zerg, shall we? Let's do it. Terran vs. Zerg. No reason to be serious because I'm tired. You know what? I'll say it right now. We're going to do a nice, short, clean daily. 7-11 right now. Will be done by 8:05. No problem. No problem. Here's the thing. Terran vs. Zerg, a matchup marked by conflict. In the mid and late game, it is a matchup of micro and control, marine marauder mine medevac. The classic Terran composition versus what? Ling, Baneling, Mutalisk, all the Lingilisks. Soon enough Ultralisks, and in the middle of that Infestors. All about positioning, all about battling. But what about until that time? I want to talk about from 0 to 15 minutes, baby. That's going to be the big focus of today, is the 0 to 15 minute mark, baby. That is where the dilemma, that is where the metagame vortex pulls souls down onto forums saying, it's just a coin flip. Shut up. It is not, and we're going to see a lot of amazingness from Polt. What is the way that the TvZ matchup ordinarily functions in that first 15-minute period? I'll tell you, because it would be stupid if I didn't. So, in the matchup, we tend to see the Zerg player throwing a lot of all-ins at Terran. Ling, Roach, Baneling, all-ins, very common. The pre-speed all-ins. You can't have Baneling speed, can't have Roach speed. It's the hatch tech all-ins. Quite a problem. We see Terrans going down one of 2 paths. The heavy 3 command center play, or the early expand and then aggro play. Why are these the 2 styles? Because honestly, 3 command center is what every Terran really wants to do, and it keeps losing to all-ins. So that's where this other style comes in, the building up of a lot of the units. Sure, there are attacking-focused styles that will... there's attacking-focused styles that will kill the Zerg player, but a lot of it is because Terrans were just getting too frustrated figuring out a way to go for that 3rd command center play. What we're going to see Polt do is really weird. Nearly everyone goes for fast Hellion and delays for like really long until the 3cc is done, or they go Hellions and delay until Marines and Medevacs are done. Those are basically it. Those are the 2 basic structures. We're going to see Polt do something completely different in terms of opening that's very subtle. Will both help him stay alive versus the early all-ins, and allow him to apply a surprising amount of pressure and transition cleanly into biomine. I've never seen anything like it. It looks very normal if you're watching the game at ×8 speed, but we ain't gonna watch on ×8 speed. By the way, I don't know why my encoder keeps doing that. Like the boom every time we switch. Seems I've fixed it. God, I'm good. We got Jaedong up in the top corner, and we have CM Storm's Polt in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh my God, yes, and I'm just gonna give an extra special shout out to you Day Knights for making the best damn chat room in the universe. The Day Knights forum, Chat Utopia. If you want to see the opposite of Chat Utopia, twitch.tv/saltybet. It's a different kind of governmental structure. Saltybet, which, by the way, is my second favorite stream in the universe. So Polt is going to be opening up with a fairly standard looking build. Now, we're going to be looking at all this from Polt's point of view. So let's go ahead and talk about what this is. 12 barracks, 12 gas. Why? So that way we can get out a very fast Reaper. And this very fast Reaper will be accompanied by a very loud sound pipe that's in the wall. Is that loud as hell to you too? Can you hear that? My God. It's not too loud, but wow. I guess someone's going to take a shower. Someone's getting very clean and we're going to hear about it. Anyways. So the goal of this, to get up a very early Reaper. We normally see players do this, do a little bit of harassment. Now, I'll say that what we generally see is Hellions coming up after this with this reactor. And of course the command center coming up extremely swiftly. Almost always what we see as a result of this. And we see these Reapers used to contain and harass and all that good stuff. But 2 days ago, you may have heard me talk about map control. We're going to watch Polt be brilliant with map control. It's so easy to autopilot every damn unit. And we will analyze what every damn unit is doing and why it's so great. So watch this. First Reaper is going to be pretty obvious. Second Reaper coming up. Very standard play. I will tell you the reasoning behind it is that we have a lot of gas thanks to this refinery, but we can't quite throw down a factory first. Otherwise, we'll burn through our money too quickly. So we build a second Reaper, not only because we can, but also because it allows us to get this command center. Again, if we go factory, we burn through our money too quickly and we can't throw it up as fast. So Reaper number 1, what does it do? Look at the path on the minimap. First checks the watchtower that is the defensive one, the one closer to us, not the one closer to him. And then hooks right up into the main base to get a sense of the gas. And, you know, he can easily click and see that speed has not begun researching yet. But watch where Reaper 2 goes down. I love this. And ta-da! Why is that? Because let's be honest, a player's going to get 2 queens up. Polt's just scouting with this. He's not trying to pick off drones. He's not trying to go crazy. He's checking. What are worker counts? Are there any spine crawlers going down? Do I see lings getting flooded out? Do I see drones going down? Again, let me loop all the way back around here. He's not trying to shoot to kill or anything like that. And this is what the second Reaper is for. This protects this command center. Clear purpose. This Reaper protects this command center. Excellent. When is this Reaper going to move out? Well, gee, probably when this command center is done, don't you think?
Add-on complete.
Now, what's been going on over here? This is a very typical thing. After the 2 Reapers were constructed, we get a reactor, we get our Hellions, we get in his face. Now, here's where things get a little tricky. I want you to take a look at that money. What normally happens if a Terran player doesn't have his gas? Well, normally he's signaling that he wants to go for a 3rd command center. And this is where it's time to go into the danger zone! We're in the danger zone as Terran. But day 9, why is it the danger zone? Because this is going to mark the 5-minute period where Terran has only one factory and one barracks to defend with. But why? Because if you are going for third command center, you're going to throw down that, then you're going to throw down your double upgrades. You've got to get the stims started early from that one barracks that we have up. When are we able to get our barracks started? Generally around 8:30. You build those take a minute. Those finish at 9:30. Then we got to start reactors on all those. Those are going to take another minute. Those are going to be done at 10:30. Jeez, holy crap. We don't have a lot of extra units for defense. So how in the F do we stay alive? Let's watch. Almost always what players will do is they will add on a lot of Hellions and a lot of mines. You can't skip the mines. I actually did a lot of tests with select. You really can't if you're going for like a 3 command center play. Let's see what Polt does. Now Polt doesn't see much, right? He has seen that gas is down and that's about it. And right away builds a starport. And I was looking at this and I was like, wait, what? After he goes starport, he gets his second gas geyser. Huh? This is kind of a weird, funky build. A Marine actually popping out before the tech lab. I will actually show this timing because it's easy to show it. Right here, this is normally when we see the tech lab go down, but we see Polt, who's rushing for the starport, literally doesn't have the gas to do it. And you might say, well, he has the gas right now. Well, I mean, if he throws down the tech lab right now, he won't have enough for stim. So this is this period of time where we once again see the Hellion Reaper contain / harassment. Tech lab goes down.
Okay.
Now what is the starport going to do? There's 2 questions. How do I use everything I've set up defensively? And then how do I behave offensively with the same mix? Hellions are a really easy example of this. I build Hellions to help me defend against those Ling Baneling all-ins, but I can also use them on offense just by moving them across the map early on. Watch this symphony of connection between everything that Polt is doing. Just an absolute symphony. He goes Viking first. What? Viking first? Huh? Notice, if we rushed for stim, we would definitely have not been able to get it. Hellion spotting the third. The first place these 2 Hellions go is to spot the third. And Viking coming up. Why is that? Because there's no anti-air that Zerg will have for really until the 10-minute mark, other than Queens. So here's where I'm going to do a weird thing. We're just at 7 minutes. First, I want to look at offensively what is going to be going on. Looking at the whole minimap. Actually, do I have this set up? Perfect. I'm going to be looking at offensively what this, selection of units is going to be doing by taking a glance at the minimap. So let's speed this up. We see our Viking on the minimap is going to be coming down here. We see these Hellions sort of aggressively moving out, but look at Jaedong's vision control. In fact, I'll go to the... Oh, crap, I hit the wrong button. Look at Jaedong's vision control. He actually has a decent amount of spotting in this general region, especially along this rightward flank. And he's moving his overlords out pretty aggressively, as you can see. So let's speed things up. I'm actually going to move down here. Here's where we see this force on the ground. It's kind of sweeping in and around. We see this Viking hunting down absolutely everything. And in fact, it's going to be starting to hunt its way up to this top side. Oh, what do you know? It finds this overlord. There's some attacking going on in the main base. I'm not going to really worry that much about this right now. Clearing out lots of vision. See this Viking? We're kind of speeding through some of the early parts of the game. Oh, look, it's finding another overlord. And we are almost at the 10-minute mark. Oh, look, there he is, killing off another one. We just hit the 10-minute mark. Oh, look, there he is, killing off another one. And suddenly, just with a couple of units, we come to the Jaedong vision cam. All he has are these 2 watchtowers. A simple step forward is going to shut these down. Systematically, Polt has gobbled up all the map vision along the right and left sides thanks to a single Viking. Pretty fucking cool. So we talked about offensively. What does that Viking do? it does a lot of good clearing out that minimap. Actually, some significant good clearing out that minimap. So let's go ahead and pop back into the game and look at things in a little bit more of a normal vantage point. What's happening defensively? There's a really cool combo of things that's going on. This is normally the only aggressive tool that Terrans use early. Hellions, a couple of Reapers. What other aggressive tools are we going to see Polt do? Marauders? Well, Marauders make sense defensively. I don't want to lose to Roach all-ins at this point because, geez, if we go to the Polt cam, he still has no idea if the Roach all-in is coming. We see the mines going down, also to help deal with all-ins. Gasp. This actually looks, when I was watching this, I was like, well, this is stupid. Because Polt, he has an aggressive force leading the front, and then he's getting Marauders in large numbers. The mines make sense to me, but this cuts into our ability to produce. More Marauders cut into our ability to produce. This medevac right now cuts into our ability to produce more barracks. I was very confused. And then Polt gave me a wonderful little education here. So Polt, first, I will say I personally don't think that these have to do this sort of move at all. This is fine. These can be used to contain, to lock down these sorts of regions here, to lock down the watchtowers, or if you see opportunities to do that, this is fine. But I'm going to abandon for a moment that discussion. If Polt was going to be up against an all-in, defensively, what would he do? These would not be heading in. These would have seen the huge swell of lings and would be microing their hearts out right here. Defensively, Polt would be throwing down a bunch of bunkers, burrowing these mines. Another round of mines would be coming. These Marauders would be staying back to try to stay alive, defensively. But since there's no all-in, what does Polt do with this seemingly defense-only setup? Well, he can do this sort of attack, which, again, is going to fail so unbelievably miserably, it hurt my little soul. But remember that Viking? Remember Mr. Viking? That's going to be used to clear out overlords for the next 3 or so minutes. And hey, remember these Marauders that were used for defense? Well, first of all, these mines... excuse me, I said Marauders, I meant to say mines. Remember these mines that were going to be used for defense? Well, let's go ahead and put those to use, shall we? Let's go ahead and send those bad boys across. Yeah, I mean, we see some Zerglings over there, but, you know, no big deal. This Viking did some great work clearing out the Overlord path for this medevac. Also, the Hellion and Reaper did some great work clearing out this middle. Again, to permit this to shoot through. So this isn't going to be an astoundingly amazing drop, but it's still a little bit of pressure. Polt ain't staying defensively minded. Back home, Polt is now getting the 3rd command center. He's now getting this big flood of barracks. And soon enough, this starport is going to be handed on over to this reactor. We're actually seeing Polt pull all the way back into this biomine mixture very neatly. The one thing he's really losing out on are these upgrades. But that's okay. What we want to do is just note that we've seen this beautiful structure and the last beautiful bit of them all. Remember those... So these mines that we built for early defense against all-in, our fast starport lets us turn those into offensive tools. Here's that Viking again that we watched. Here he is killing off overlords along this right side. Remember those Marauders that we built early for that all-in defense? Well, here they are. Moving out. These medevacs are going to be very hard to spot, just generally speaking, because this Viking has helped us with the offense. I mean, look, Jaedong has absolutely no vision of this at all. But now, this Marauder drop is going to be used for some really sweet aggression. Stim is done, Combat Shield is not. We can pick off Queens. We can target fire hatcheries. If a hatchery is building, we can easily pick it off. Great harassment technique. If Overlords try to start spotting this, they will have to stop spotting this because of Mr. Viking that already has 5 kills. Units lost. I mean, it's actually amazing to me that Zerg has lost more and Polt sacrificed all his Hellion Mine. This is a really fantastic opening. To recap what we've seen, we've discussed some of the basic issues of the 0 to 15 minute mark in the matchup. 15 minutes and on for Terran marks the biomine aggression that a lot of Terran players get how to do. But leading up to that, many Terran players feel this sort of, do I get a lot of units early on? So that way I can stay alive versus an all-in, but it'll fuck up my 3 command center play. Or do I go for the juicy 3 command center and run the risk of dying to an all-in? We see Polt has done something very cool with a very small set of units. Everything that he sets himself up defensively with, the fact that he gets this early starport and this early Viking, lets him crank it all back into offense if he sees there's no all-in. If there is an all-in, these stay home to defend. You have the Marauders for the Roaches. You have the Mines for the all-in components across the board. You have the Hellion Reaper for the Zergling part of things. And then you have this Viking constantly doing harassment damage. Very, very clever little build. And when we come back, we'll see how it transitions into the mid-game. So stay tuned.